beginning. Like nobody's there when we hit the button, right? Like we did it just now. So we can just carry on. Like there is no need to do any sort of formal introduction. So what was the question that I asked? What we were talking about? You said cursor will make it even faster. Like AI will make it even faster.
I think so. So like when you're refactoring something, you know what's going to help you a lot? Do you have to like go to Xcode once in a while and do something because nothing else is working?
Yeah.
Okay, so Xcode has a Vim mode that you can use and it's a lifesaver.
Mhm. Really?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Like
I
everything
mean,
has a Vim mode.
to be honest with you, the biggest pain in the ass I have is that, I mean, it's even harder now when ever since I started using the mechanical keyboard that I have to lift my fingers and then go to the right side. Here I have my touchpad or mouse, and this is just so annoying when all I have to do is just move the cursor maybe to the next line. It's like I feel like I'm a complete noob, and so just feels like knowing those shortcuts would make me much more productive.
But is that like just the next line or are you jumping around?
I do all sorts of different stuff. Sometimes I would go to the top of the file to edit the import, and it's like preferably I would like to move around with just the keys everywhere. That would be the best.
Yeah. Yeah, that helps a lot with Vim. Like Vim is pretty good for that.
Yeah. So I guess we can wait for some time for people to gather before we do the mess. So, Oskar, you want to talk about the things you shared or did this week so far?
Oh, sure. So yeah, I've been working on like React Native factory stuff. So it's released in the latest nightly of React Native. I've actually tweeted about this, and it should make brownfield easier. That's
Nice.
that's pretty
So I
much the
have a
goal
question
here.
actually.
Yeah, go
It's
ahead.
pretty good that you mentioned that because I was using that API. So the question is, there's also this RCT root view factory or something like that, right? So like, what's the difference between React Native factory and that one?
Oh yeah. So the story is that I've created both of those APIs, and at first I thought like the root view factory would solve all of the problems, but it quickly became clear that it won't. It won't solve it because it was so the hierarchy that we have now is that we have the RCT app delegate that you basically inherit from on iOS, and inside of there are a lot of code that initializes React Native. And I thought, okay, let's encapsulate, let's pack everything that we have in order to create a new React Native view, which is a UI view on iOS. And so I did. I've created React Native root view factory, sorry, root view factory. And yeah, you can use it. But then in order to create the root view factory itself, you have to provide it some config. And so the config started to expand. There were more options, and it started to become hard to initialize the root view factory. So there was a plan to make an even bigger abstraction. So you have React Native factory. So it gives you an instance, like it encapsulates everything for React Native. And it decouples React Native from the RCT app delegate. So as I tweeted yesterday, you can now, like inside of Brownfield, you can now easily initialize new React Native instance. So everything around React Native, including the RCT root view factory, which is still underneath. So like you use React Native factory, and that's now used inside of RCT app delegate. And so before it used inheritance with the app delegate pattern, but now we use delegates, which is a better pattern on iOS. So you provide a delegate to the factory, the React Native factory, and you can then customize how it works instead of having, to provide a bunch of arguments or having your app delegate inherit from another app delegate. That's not ideal for brownfield scenarios. So this was the the difference. And now I think we have like finally the API that could be used across Brownfield. And also I'm working on, I have a POC of this. I can actually share it. I can share the screen and talk about this quickly before we jump into to Vim.
Oh yeah, these are the interesting parts.
See, all it takes with Oskar is just a single question. But it's funny. One side comment I have to this is that when I was browsing React Native Git history the other day, I realized that there are certain features that I had pleasure to contribute back in the day, be it 5 years ago or 6 years ago. And when I was writing that feature, I felt like I'm at the peak performance of my career. And then I've seen somebody flagging that as legacy/tech debt. And I'm like, damn, it's been that ago. So, Oskar, it's no surprise to me that you ended up rewriting the API that you did yourself back in the day anyway.
Yeah, but it wasn't so long ago. But yeah, the abstraction turned out to be not the best.
That's only the thing you know. Most people,
Yeah.
I guess, don't really follow the release dates, so you should be good.
So if you can show my screen on StreamYard. Okay. Yeah, so here is a video. So what else Root View Factory allows you to do? Okay, now we can see.
You're muted, Mike.
Sorry, I'm just having fun. 1 second, because I wanted to show you, just you, Oskar, but I guess this is beyond my skills. Remove from. I don't know how to do it. I'm sorry. So we'll just go like this.
Okay.
Or like this.
All right. So the React Native Factory, what else it allows you to do is to migrate to the UI window scene, which is a way of supporting multiple instances of your app, therefore having multiple windows. So for example, in this demo, as you can see, launching a React Native app, and I have counter, and then I do split view, and I have a separate counter, so the states are not shared. And when I click shared count, the states share across those instances. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
It is.
Yeah, and I'm working on adding this to React Native as a default feature of supporting multiple windows.
Nice.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And like, how did you even share the state?
So to share the state, I've used Zustand, or how do you pronounce it? Because
pretty accurate, I guess.
Yeah. So like both of those instances of the app share the same JavaScript instance. So they have multiple root views. So one is like root view with ID of, let's say 2, and the second one is root view with ID of 11, but they share the same JavaScript instance. So when you have a mechanism to share data that's not reliant on context, so you don't have to wrap your components with the same provider, then you can serve.
So those two windows can share memory, not just like it's not like
exactly.
app targets, right? Like an extension where you have to like communicate via either IPC or something like that.
Yeah, you can just communicate through sharing the same memory, and that's how it works for visionOS, and this is just reassembles for iPadOS. So
that's pretty fun. If that API was part of React Native back in the day, it would make things much easier for Brownfield, because there were many instances, right, where you would have React Native running on one screen and then maybe on the other screen. And I remember one of the clients that I'd met very back in the day, they were doing some magic over the bridge to sync that data across, and also to sync that data with native code. So it's interesting to see that being part of the potentially part of the sort of standard feature set.
Yeah, so I think we can get to the NeoVim Vim stuff. So
Starting from the end, yeah, I guess that's fine. Although I have to say that I just published a new library on npm, and I forgot to. I mean, I haven't tweeted about it yet because I'm on this live stream, and it's my third attempt to build AI workflows. This time, I'm hoping it will stick because two that I did in the past, I have to say I gathered 1,000 stars on GitHub in total, which I consider a personal success. But from the usability perspective, not so big success. So we'll see if that one ends up working. But yeah, let's move on. Just before there is one question actually, Oskar, to you. So I'll just quickly show it, which is about whether will those two apps be able to share memory or variable. I guess we talked about it.
yeah, exactly. So they will be able to, for example, share the whole store inside of Zustand. So, or whatever else that you want to use that is not reliant on context.
Crazy. Cool. Okay. So this time, to make sure we don't sit here for 5 hours, let's jump straight to the point. So what I should do, and for the record, this is the source code of the framework, of the library that I just published, which is open source anyway. So we can experiment with that.
Okay, so let's talk some history first before we dive in, because that always comes first. So Vim is the improved version of Vi, which is a text editor, which is improved version of something else. But anyway, so Vim is Vim improved, like Vi improved, it's Vim. And then we got something called NeoVim, which is just like Vim, but you can use Lua to configure it. With Vim, you have something called Vim script that you have to use if you want to. Yeah.
So is the only selling point of NeoVim the fact that it uses Lua for configuration? That's about it.
So they also have a couple more features. Like, so there's something called an LSP. It stands for Language Server Protocol. Yeah. This is something invented by Microsoft for like bringing that IntelliSense to VS Code. And NeoVim has an LSP client built in, so you can like use VS Code style completions inside NeoVim this way.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, so like Vim itself doesn't have this, but NeoVim has this client built in. It's a native client. But when we talk about Vim, it's a program, but also there is something called Vim Motions, which you can find in a lot of different programs. Like I said before, Xcode has Vim Motions, VS Code has Vim Motions, Android Studio has it. So like every big major editor has those Vim Motions, which is the reason that we might love Vim this much, because like wherever you go, you don't want to like learn new key bindings. You can just use the existing key bindings that you already know. Yeah, that's a pretty big selling point. Like I was able to survive in Xcode because I knew how those Vim motions worked, and then I actually replaced Xcode with NeoVim. That's also possible.
Really? I mean, yes. This is the thing that you guys told me last time, that it is actually pretty good, which I can't really say about Cursor. Because when I try, it is sort of tricky. Okay, I just posted a small teaser to my feed. We are live on X, which, by the way, surprisingly has very nice views. So we may just double down on X for the next one. But okay, I guess we can start and appreciate the historical context. So what should we do? I guess the Vim mode is present in the Cursor, I guess, out of the box, or is it not?
I think it's in the settings. I remember looking it up and I saw some sort of Vim. This is a VS Code fork now. Yes. Cursor is okay. So there is a Vim plugin that you can download and use.
Okay, so let's do this. You know, the good thing is I have managed to learn a few basic key bindings in the VS Code Cursor anyway, like the Command B, opening the chat, and after playing around with those key bindings for like a month or two, I started getting more appetite for like just putting this to the next level, because if I'm already that fast with like just Command Shift P and stuff, maybe I can be even faster. But how do I
Like
install extensions? Okay.
Yeah, just Vim. The first one.
7.
I'm already with the keyboard. I'm already practicing.
Yeah.
This one is
practice
also nice.
speed.
Learn Vim. Okay.
Yeah. So this installs the Vim motions for you that you can use. And the Vim motions are basically like you press H if you want to go left, like those kind of stuff are called Vim motions.
Okay. So this is already turned on by default, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now you cannot type anything
yes.
anymore. Yeah,
so
just try typing something.
Okay, so it is actually really funny because when I do... Okay, I mean, I do use Nano for a bit, so I know the basics of, how to get into the input mode with the I and escape, right? So K... Nice. Okay, so just get me up to speed, because H goes to the left, L...
So, yeah,
just
L goes to right, and then J and K, like arrow keys, right? J goes down and K goes up, I think. And I say I think because I don't know these, I don't have this memorized. These are like just reflexes, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So what you will see...
I wish we could see my keyboard. That would be quite fun, right? But maybe for the next time. Okay, so J and K, that's up and down.
So, but this itself is not enough. Let's say you want to jump 10 lines up. If you want to do that, you can just type 10K and it's going to jump 10 lines up.
Oh, fuck. That's actually pretty slick.
Yeah, and you will see a lot of...
No way. It's I mean, now my light, I see the light. Man, that is pretty... Like, that's nice.
Yeah, just type around. So we will see a lot of people having relative line numbers. What this means is you have those line numbers in the left, but those are absolute. So like,
how can I change that in the settings?
I think VS Code, I don't know.
Yeah, I looked that up, and I will send it to you.
I got it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay, nice.
Got this.
No way.
Yeah,
nice.
So this is why you will see a lot of people. So like people generally ask me, why are your lines like that? And that's the reason, so that you can jump around pretty quickly.
Okay. That is nice. You know why this is also very nice for one other reason, which is so here I was experimenting with this new expressive code component for the docs, and it has this collapse parameter here. So basically what it does is it allows you to collapse certain lines in the snippet, but you have to specify the line numbers for the collapse. And when I was doing that without relative line numbers, I was like trying to figure, okay, I'm on line 45, so I have to collapse from line 65 minus 45. Okay, that's 17. Now it's pretty sick because you can see 17 to 40, and you see that if I go 17 down, that's where the collapse starts, which is pretty sick. Okay, that's nice. We have to keep repeating this stuff all over so we can remember. So we have K up, J down, and the numbers. That's nice. Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
I'm feeling excited about that now.
Right. So the best way to learn it is obviously doing it. So like, it would be pretty good if you could also keep the Vim mode open after the live stream, so you can also get up to speed.
I'll try. I'm sorry for my reduced productivity, but I'll blame the meetings.
So like just 2 weeks, and then you will be even faster. It's like
I'm already struggling with this one. Okay, so it's like my productivity dropped from like 100% by using this one to like 0. But I have to tell you, when I try typing on this one, I'm fast. But this one feels like I'm pressing my desk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we can focus on first on the vertical movements and then on
Exactly.
the horizontal ones. I think it's easier. So like the way I scroll through code is by pressing Control D. So
Exactly.
you can press Control D and you jump basically, I think, halfway of the page,
Yeah,
half
off
of
the
the page,
screen.
and
Oh.
then Control U to jump up. So now you like that's the way I scroll basically.
Okay, so
along
this
the
is
side.
like page down, page up, kind of.
Right.
But it's
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm not a huge fan of this. So what we generally have is some sort of key mapping, and we map the control to caps lock. So if you're a programmer, you're most likely not using the caps lock a lot. So what we do is we change caps lock with control. So like now you can just do like this, like your little finger can hit caps lock, and then just like D with
yeah,
the
that's
other finger.
that's not super convenient to switch it like this.
Exactly. Also, like there is something else. So when you are in insert mode, you have to escape, right? If you want to like go back to the normal mode, you have to escape. And to do that, you can either hit escape or Command C. And for instance, I have Command C for escape, but I have obviously like caps lock mapped to command. So like I do just caps lock and C to escape.
Ah, right. So trying to avoid going
So
out of the.
so Burak, what do you use to scroll? You use also like Control D, but you have it remapped, right?
Yeah, exactly. I
Okay.
also use it, but I have it remapped so that like it's more
Because my
ergonomic this way.
my caps lock is escape, so I cannot.
Ah, because you don't have it, right?
Yeah, like I prefer for caps lock to be escape, so it's closer to exit from insert mode. But
Okay.
yeah, I guess I just got used to pressing Control and
So
D. But
what
yeah,
what is the best way to navigate the tabs? If I want to change to
probably like Control 1, Control 2, I think there is a or
command or
1.
control? Oh, control. Okay. So definitely having caps lock would be good. How do we change that?
So I use a program called Carabiner Element. It's an open source program, and it maps the whole thing in like the whole operating system.
Aha, I see.
And yeah, and it does it in like a lower level. So like Bluetooth keyboards also behave the same, right?
I see. Okay, so you use caps lock A and caps lock D for like and C and V for like your entire life.
Exactly. And when
So
I
you
want
must
to
be
press
you
caps
must be
lock,
struggling when you are borrowing computer for from somebody else. Like
yeah, that
you
happens.
know, I was once given the opportunity to touch Mark's Rusavi keyboard, and it's in Austrian version of it. It's like I just couldn't find myself typing. Like I told him like that the fact that you can actually be that productive is pretty magical to me, because for him, the Carolees, for example, are hidden under like some of the special characters, I guess. So it's like the keyboard layout is so not programmers friendly. But anyway,
But are you
okay.
using a Polish layout? Does that exist, or it's just like English layout?
I have the ISO right now, which I
Yeah.
hate because my MacBook has the UK layout, which has the title on the bottom, the backtick, and now I
Yeah.
have backtick on the top, and I'm like, I'm not
Yeah,
sure
so
what to think about it.
there is no Polish layout. It's
Okay.
just
Thank God,
the
thank God.
it's
Okay.
just the option key to press some
So,
Polish letters.
so what do we do next? Is that like everything I
like-
need to know to say I use Vim, or what else?
Okay. So like there are also some other interesting facts. Like can you go to like inside that mermaid chart so that we can show you something cool? Yeah, like cursor can stay here. Now what I want you to do is, can you hit open curly braces, like shift and I don't know what, and then now close it. And then what this is going to do for you is if there is no space, so like it jumps to the next space or the previous space.
That is also very cool. That's actually, I would say, this is even better for me to navigate than Oskar's control D and U. to be honest, because I always scan. I mean, just faster, I guess. Okay. Nice. Very nice.
Yeah,
I
so
used to do this too.
yeah, I use
Before.
both of them. Like sometimes when the text is so cluttered like this, it's not that faster. So like I just use comment D and comment U. But this is also pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
So
yeah, okay.
okay, maybe like some other cool stuff, and then I can write these down for you so that like you can look it up.
That will be
afterwards.
amazing. We can share it with
Sure.
everybody, but I guess we have to do a
Definitely.
I mean, I wasn't really aware that you are such a Vim master in terms of like teaching everybody, but I see this is maybe like, is this like a mission to convert people? Then I'm down.
It's like a virus, right?
I know.
It's like a
I
virus.
mean, that is pretty sick.
Okay, so now let's go back to the TypeScript file, and I will keep showing you some cool stuff, and then we can actually try to code something, and then like you can
Okay.
ask us, and yeah. So let's go to like inside a function body. I'm gonna show you something pretty cool. Oh, you're using the yeah.
Yes.
Keyword. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So let's go to the definition line, like just one line above this one. And then at the end of the line, can you go to that curly braces open? Like those, the last character, right?
Yeah. Can you give me the?
Okay.
I don't have vertical
So this-
numbers, so I should say like 15L, 15L, 15L,
That works, actually.
15L. Okay.
Yeah, that works.
I'm here.
Okay. Now, if you can do a percentage sign, what this is gonna do is just hit %. So like Shift 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what this is gonna do is this is gonna jump you between those braces, and if this is a parentheses, then it's gonna jump between parentheses, and this is pretty useful when you're selecting a function, for instance.
So
like
I guess the next thing is you will tell me you press one more thing and then you will select everything.
Yeah. So let's go back to like whatever you want to start selection from.
Yeah, this is fine. Let's say this is fine.
Okay. So Vim is a modal editor, which means it has more than one mode. So like a normal editor would have just one mode for entering text, right? But Vim has many of them, and if you can look down, it says normal in your editor.
Yes.
Yeah. So this means you're in the normal mode right now, and there is this mode called visual mode, which is used for selection. And we're going to be using the visual mode, but the block, I think it was called block visual. Okay, can you hit Shift V? Yeah, visual line mode. So just go down and up, and you will see what this does for you, like with J and K. And what this is going to do is this is going to select the lines for you.
Okay.
Yeah. And then like if you go back to that first place where you've been, and then hit %, it's going to jump you around. And now you have selected the whole thing, and then you can copy, paste it, whatever you want to do. The copy key is Y, which stands for yank. So you just like yank the whole thing, and then there's D for cutting it.
And I quit the mode, right? So now I'm back to the normal mode.
Yeah. And then you hit P for pasting it. That's it. Yeah.
And then you can click U to undo.
Yeah, to undo.
Okay.
Or Command Z, like whatever you're happy
with. Yeah, you sounds faster. One less key to press. Jesus,
and then like if you're gonna want to go back like 20 times, you can just hit 20U, right? That also works.
I see. And how do I go forward?
Command R. So it's replaced, but R is taken, so it's Command R or Control R. I think it's Control R, sorry.
Yeah, Control R.
Okay, Control R. Oopsie, you can try deleting something again.
Yeah, I tried to go 15 times forward. So
okay.
This is pretty sleek. So we have U. That is nice. So okay, so the visual mode is Shift V, and then I can do like this, and I do yank, right? And then let's say, what was it? Was it to the next Y space?
Yeah,
Here.
I think you're doing good. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Unload.
So
Which
you
one was
just
the
you
place?
just
P?
P,
No.
just P.
Okay.
Yeah, right. That's it. And it
And
didn't
how
work.
do I save? How do I save the file so I can run my ESLint?
Just Command S. That's what I would do.
Okay. Okay. No need to overkill it.
Yeah, definitely not.
Not yet.
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't be done here if that was enough.
Yeah. So
somebody
also in
on
the chat, yeah. So the proper
colon
thing.
W.
Yeah.
It's how to write in the normal.
Yeah.
mode.
What about it? That quits.
Yeah.
That's the nano command as well.
Right to save it. Right.
So I think we could go now over some like basics of moving horizontally. So if you can
Yeah.
go like 4 lines down to the Okay, now for example, if you press stay on this line, and if you press
I'm staying.
F and open curly braces. So like open the, okay, sorry. It was the function opening. It's the, not curly braces. How is it called?
This is like the array thing.
I don't know how it's called.
Is the combination the square bracket?
So
Is that correct? So if I press F and curly, that's what I jump.
Yeah, so you press F and anything, and you jump to the first occurrence of this
exactly.
next thing that you press. So if you press FA,
Exactly. And then you can also
Damn, that's
yeah. You can
and
also
let me guess. If I do like 5F A, this will be the
Exactly. That works with everything. And if you want to go back, I think it's Shift F.
Yes.
So now it will take a look at the left. Yeah. And so I don't use this to like jump to A or like jump to P, but I mostly use this to like jump to the next parentheses, jump to the next like curly braces, right? That's what this is most useful for, I think. So like it has to be somewhat unique if you want to be.
But it doesn't. If I do Shift F, okay, curly. Now I'm starting to regret that curly requires Shift. Maybe I should remap my keys because I think I'm pressing curlies more than square brackets.
Yeah, but then you're not going to be able to use anyone else's keyboard.
I know. I will be done. I will be done forever. But okay, this is pretty good because I can actually, I can F Shift bracket. There is a lot of shift in this combination because if I want to go to the next curly, it's F Shift square bracket. If I want to go back, it's Shift F and Shift square bracket.
Exactly.
Yeah. And something that you can also use to navigate horizontally is W, which means.
But one second before we move forward, do I understand correct that this does not work outside of the block? Because if I'm pressing Shift F curly, I'm not going to the previous one.
Yeah, so because you're in the latest one, so Shift F goes left, just F goes right.
It's a single line.
Exactly.
Okay. That explains everything. I was like, maybe in the entire file.
So I think like that's also an option if you want to go to like the next line, but I don't think it's enabled by default. But you can configure that one as well.
And how do I go to the beginning of the line? Like entirely?
So you can use 0. Just hit 0 and it's going to take you to the beginning of the line. And then $sign to go to the end. So I actually remapped this.
Wow, man, that is so cool.
So for me, this is like GH to go to the starting of the line and GL to go to the end. It's like the arrow keys, but with G. But it's not going to work out of the box for you.
You know, one problem I have, which might be my mental model, is that when I'm navigating here on the keyboard, H to the left, L to the right, this is fine. What I struggle is J my brain
Mhm.
thinks J should go to the top. And I don't know if I
I
should
had the
remap
same.
my keyboard now, but it's just
I wouldn't do that. That would be a major one.
But like
Okay.
when I look at the keyboard, I also don't know which one goes to the top or to the bottom. Is it J or K? It's just it's just a muscle memory that I know which one is which. Like it's hard to remember it by like J and K. If you just use this, you'll get used to it.
and really, if I stick through this, I will have the muscle memory to just go with this eyes closed.
Just 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Man, that if that happens, I'm seriously going to say like this is just crazy. That is
So you also mentioned sometimes you go to the beginning of the file, you do some imports, and then you want to come back, right?
yeah.
So just hit Shift G. This
It
is
goes
going to
to the
bring you
bottom.
to the end of the file. And then if you hit GG, it's going to bring you to the beginning of the file.
GG.
Yeah.
Okay, so GG top, Shift G bottom.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I guess this is kind of that is interesting because Shift F goes to the left, so I would assume Shift G goes to the top, left top, but it's the opposite. So Shift G
Yeah.
goes to the bottom. Okay, and tell me, is it possible? Let's say I'm in this execute function,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to go to the top. Want to
And come
edit
back.
something and then just come back where I was.
GG and then Shift O. No, Control O. Control O.
Oh man, that is actually my favorite now. So
this
many
was the
times.
next, yeah.
So it actually like saves your whole history.
So there is something called a jump list in Vim, and as you keep jumping around, it saves your lines, and then you go back in the jump list by hitting Control O, and then you go next by hitting Control I.
So I can pretty much keep going back, like I
Exactly.
like.
and then go forward by pressing Command I, Control I. I keep saying Command.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, that is pretty nice. Now I'm starting to see why this is so cool.
Yeah, this is something that I use a lot. Like this helps a lot.
Yeah. So
awesome.
I was saying before about W. So I think we can go back to W.
Yeah, basics. Basics.
It's like way easier than just jumping around. So if you can go to some line that contains text, like
and it should
let's
be
say
like
function definition.
Just one question, because now I'm in the first line of the file. When I press the square bracket, that also goes to the end. When I double press it, when I double press the square bracket.
But okay,
I never
you
tried
see
it. Oh yeah, it does it. Interesting.
Because I was trying to press the shift curly, and then I see this, and I'm like, what?
Oh, so this is like not the curve. Okay, probably this is not something that I use.
Okay, maybe it's not even the Vim stuff. Maybe it is the cursor.
That's also possible.
Stuff? Yeah, I tried this in Vim and it works. So double curly braces works.
So so one question. Now I'm here on this line. What would be the best and quickest way to get inside the function so I can start typing just right before return async?
I would do like 5J and then hit
6. Oh, okay.
5J. Or 6. So like it's either 5 or 6. It's up to you. And
then, this one.
And then hit O. So when you hit O, it's going to create a nav line and get you to the insert mode.
That is exactly what I want.
Yeah. So if you want to do the opposite and go to the previous line, like create a nav line in the previous line, you hit Shift O.
Okay, so now let's say I'm here, and I will do O. Okay.
You go underneath,
Let's
and
undo
Shift O
it.
goes above.
And I go down, and
Exactly.
now Shift O.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but now press
Perfect.
W, please.
Yeah, you have to try it. You have to
You
try the
have to try
basics now.
W.
What?
You have to try the W finally. If you can go to the
Exactly.
normal mode and go above, like okay here, and go press 0. Okay, yeah, you're at the start, and now press W. So now you are jumping words, like
Yeah, so like I think this is like hitting
forwards.
command and arrow keys, right? It also does something like that.
Nice.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah, this
So
is
this is pretty useful for like maybe when I'm writing stuff.
exactly.
And I guess
Like
let
if
me
you
guess 5W
yeah,
goes
it
words
all
and
works.
5 Shift
And
W. No, doesn't go to the
you can
Shift
now press
W.
B.
It's B. It's B, not Shift W. For some reason
Okay.
that I don't know.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
guess
W and
it's
B that you can use. Yeah,
easier to press B than Shift W.
probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And then what was the command to go through the jumps back and backwards?
Command O.
Control O.
Control.
So it's Control O. So it's old, right? O for old.
Okay. Okay.
So another basic, maybe you want to delete something, which is also pretty useful. So let's say you press Shift V to go into the visual mode and
Yeah, this
highlight
is the
something
visual
that you
line
want
mode.
to do. Yeah, visual line. And let's go like few lines to the bottom with J. Yeah, let's delete this whole thing. Okay, and now press D. Okay, and now you can press U to undo.
Or like you can hit P, because when you delete something, it's also like copied. So you actually cut it, not delete it. So you cannot delete anything like this. It just cuts it for you.
That's true. So
Okay,
this
so I
deletes
can
thing.
do like
Yep, I
this,
get it.
whatever, and then I quit the mode. I go to the end of the file.
Yeah.
Let's say we do U, and then we do P,
Yeah.
and we're fucked.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
at least I can.
It was
go
close.
backwards. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, this is pretty useful. Okay.
Okay,
Control
what's next?
D, Control U. No, Control D and Control O. What was to go up?
Control
It's
U.
U and D. U and D.
Ah,
So
okay.
it's like when I'm jumping around, my hands are on D and U. So I just do like Control D and Control U all the time.
Okay.
So
That is
yeah, that's okay. So
Alright.
these were the basics. So like these are cool and you use these a lot, but there are more advanced stuff that you're gonna love. Should
Okay.
we talk about them? Okay.
Yes, I'm convinced. I'm starting to forget the beginning, but it's
Yeah.
okay. At least I know the navigation, and I'm getting the concept and the numbers. I love the U, which in this case, no U, not U.
Command O, Control
That
O.
was sorry. I think that was O. Yes, O was to do it on the next line, and then Shift O.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're natural. So I think the key to learning all these is just don't disable the Vim mode. And whenever you want to jump around, just don't use the mouse. Just keep using the keyboard. And like in 2 weeks, you're going to be natural.
Huh.
And then one day you have to go to Xcode and you're going to thank us because you can enable the Vim mode in Xcode and do actual work in Xcode.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, that would be fun. Okay, so what is the magic stuff now?
Okay, so let's say you want to cut the whole function body. Then what are we going to do?
I will take my mouse.
Yeah, just the problem with like taking your mouse is you don't immediately see where this function begins and where the function ends, right? But what is the body of the function? It's the code between the curly braces, right? So there is a command to like select everything inside curly braces, or like select everything and the curly braces. So basically, V takes you to the visual mode. You can try that. Just hit V and then move around. Not Shift V, just V.
Okay. How did you know I pressed Shift?
Because I can see that you jumped into the visual mode. So
Visual
the difference
alignment.
between this is not going to select the whole line, and if you go to right a bit, it's going to like keep selecting as you go, right? Yeah.
Okay.
So this is a difference between regular visual mode and the visual line mode. The line mode selects the whole line, and yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So this is useful when you want to select some arbitrary text, but this is not what we generally use. If you can do escape or Control C, yeah. So let's go into that function again, like 5J. Or yeah, you can also better use 5J. Exactly. Yes. So now what we're gonna do is again V and then I for inside. So VI, and then if you hit curly braces, it's gonna select everything inside the closest curly braces.
Huh.
That's
nice.
nice.
Right. This also works with parentheses. This also works with arrays. This also works with, I don't know, like strings also works with this. So if you want to
Man,
select
you can be so fast if you remember this all, because you can jump the function body, then you can select everything, which is much faster than using your mouse.
And you can make it even faster by using. So like you can, instead of using V, you can use something else, which is I think like the motion key, or how is it? I don't remember.
I also don't know.
How is it decode? But you can, instead of VI curly brace, you can press CI curly brace. So it stands for change inside curly braces. And then you'll be inside.
Just try that.
Yeah, you just try that. So. Okay.
So this did the change in the local space because you were there, right? Like it's gonna
yeah, but that is much faster, right?
Exactly.
So let's say we're here.
Yeah.
The wrong combination. I shouldn't press the command. Okay, so we're back here. Leave the visual mode. So that was CI.
Exactly. So C is change. It deletes. No, it cuts actually. So everything that you just deleted, you can paste them. But it also brings you to the insert mode instead of like keeping you in the normal mode, right?
Yes. So let's say if I go here, I already forgot the combination to jump to the first square bracket. Was that F?
The first one?
Yeah, I mean to go to the... Oh, now I see. Okay. So if I do CI...
You're good.
There you go.
Yeah, that's nice.
Exactly. Yeah, you can also try that in a string. Like create a string and then you can like cut everything in a string. So this is inside. There's also around, I think I would say. So instead of like VI curly braces, you can also do VA curly braces, which is going to be selecting everything, also the thing itself. Like curly braces are going to be selected.
What was the shortcut? Again,
this time it's A instead of I for around, I think.
Oh, so actually CA curly will be
also select. You're now also selecting the
itself.
Yeah, the curly braces too. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, just remove some legacy code. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I think another useful one, which I use like all the time. So if you go to the line with the arrow, with the throw new error with the agent not found, it's like 3J.
Yeah, 1 second. I'm pressing Shift. Oh yeah, we talked about it. Pressing the Shift 5.
A lot of fun. Yeah.
That's going around. The.
Exactly. That's pretty useful.
I already know how to navigate. See, did you see what I just did? I can now do Shift F curly. Well, that's actually going to be. Okay. I know my favorite one. Yeah, I mean you can actually keep stacking that up because let's see. In this case, we do F curly and then shift 5 and we're at the end.
Yeah.
And then we
Exactly.
can do CA curly and then we can do whatever.
Yeah, you don't even have to like stand on the curly brace itself. You can also be inside the function body, and VA is going to select the closest match.
Yeah.
The closest, yeah, can be like the around yourself, right?
Okay. Okay, Oskar, you were saying something. I was at the top of the function.
Okay, so if you can go 7J to the throw new error function line. Okay, now you're at the beginning of the line, and it's something I use all the time. So you can do change inside and the function opening thing, like I don't know how is it called?
Curly.
Not curly. If you can do it's oh man, how is it called? It's the
The backtick,
no
like
no
the
backtick.
string literal
It's
parentheses.
like parentheses. Yeah. So
Okay.
I think it's parentheses. I need to check it.
Yeah, that's parentheses. So
Which one is it? Let me check the chat.
Yeah, it's in Polish. It's nawias.
Ah, thank you. I do appreciate it. Okay, so I'm gonna go here. Oh,
no.
what was
Hit
the way to
Command
go
O.
back?
Control O. Control O. Yeah.
Control O. Okay, and then a 0. Okay, and change
So
inside
change.
Navias. Ah.
So it jumped to the closest thing. But if you were
Which-
already inside a parentheses, then it would select that one instead.
So it keeps context of the block.
It does. It does. But if there is no block around you, then it jumps to the closest one. In this case,
So if I go here and if I do change inside parentheses, that will pick this one obviously. And if I go to this one, it's also the closest.
It's the closest one, exactly.
Okay, and I see if there is one at the top and at the bottom. Does it use what kind of heuristic does it use? Do you guys know? Is the length of characters between your cursor and the parentheses the decisive factor, or is the up or down?
You can just try this because I don't know.
Yeah, I just did
the
it because I did the
Next
parentheses.
closest one.
Yeah, maybe like the next closest one, exactly.
Could be. That would make okay. That was pretty fun. And how do I get to the beginning of the line? Like just to position myself automatically. I actually shouldn't probably do this because most of the time I'll do you. No, not actually
I think
you.
So you meant beginning of the line?
I mean,
Beginning of the word.
usually what I do is, let's say I want to start typing something either below or above the throw new error, but I guess the correct Vim way to do this would be to press U. No, not U.
Maybe.
No, I wanted to do this insert after.
A. Like you hit A, so it takes your cursor and then starts inserting after the cursor.
Ah, okay, that is also very nice. But
yeah.
How do you told me the shortcut before to start inserting after throw new error? So like if I were to go
hit O. Oh,
exactly. That's what I'm talking about. So that is much better, I guess, in this case, because Shift O will take me above, and so I don't really need to position myself at the throw because I can just do two things at once.
You can also do Shift A, and it will place you at the end with the insert. So
yeah,
that is also another way to do this.
Yeah, this is also pretty useful, definitely. Like sometimes, let's say you're writing C and you want to add the semicolon at the end of the line. You just do Shift A and then you hit the semicolon. That's useful there. Like you do Objective
I'm not writing
C.
Semicolons.
Maybe an Objective C if you were gonna go back.
Yeah.
Okay, that is nice. What was the way to get to the beginning of the line? $? No, not $.
0.
Oh, wait a second, because I'm pressing with the 0. And to the end,
but like pressing
shift,
to 0,
Shift 5. Yeah.
But like jumping into like pressing to 0 is hard. Also pressing to $sign is also hard. So So I do like Shift A and Shift I in general, and then I hit escape. That's the easiest option, I think. And then escape, right? Because pressing those keys is a bit tricky. Oh, I obviously have those remapped though. That's what I use nowadays. Like GH and GL is a lifesaver for me. So like you come here. Okay, like let's try this. Jump to the beginning of the file. And then go to the next white space. So you did this by exactly. Then hit Shift O to like create a new, and then you can now write the import, right?
But I did. What did Shift O did actually? Did it copy the line and insert it, or
no? So we added a new line above, and then we got into the insert mode, right?
So with the O, I would go to
it goes
the
below. Yeah.
Of course, yes. This is the one
Exactly.
that. Okay, so Shift O, and then we can write import
something something, and then once you're done, you do Control O to get back, right?
And how do I cut the line?
So
DD.
it's DD
VD?
is DD 2 times D. This is a good way to do that. You can do Shift V and then D. Like it's up to you, definitely. And also, if you do like D8D, for instance, it's going to delete 8 lines. Or like 8DD also works, right?
So let's say, very nice. This is pretty cool. So I think up to this point, I can say definitely the numbers plus the keys is sick, and jumping through the jump history is pretty nice. Insertions are also very nice, and just generally navigating the code, it's pretty cool. So now let's say we want to delete this whole crap. So we will.
I have a perfect thing for you.
Yes.
You can do DIP. So this is going to delete inside the paragraph, or DAP. So it deletes the whole paragraph. Like it sees the white spaces, and then it just deletes everything that's not a white space, right? It's a paragraph, for instance.
In this case, what should I do to remove it, but also to preserve the white space on this line? Because right now I have to press, you know what I mean, like this 122 line, the current line should stay.
Okay, so I would hit J and then 5DD. That would be the easiest way.
Okay. Or what about
just be creative, right?
What about oh Jesus.
Okay. Hit Control O. I have another way for you.
Yeah, I'm trying to Control O. Well, I'm just stuck here. But what if I do this? Insert new line. That would be Shift
O or O. Yeah.
And then DAP. No. No, this didn't work either.
Oh yeah. So here's the second way then. Can you go one line down again? Then hit Shift V, and then hit the percentage sign. Oh, this did something that I don't know.
Yeah, what? Yeah, actually, when I press U, it did change the. You see that?
Oh, I think this is. So.
Have you seen it? It was like this.
This was like Shift U, I think.
Look at
so
this.
Like uppercase, right? Yeah. So this toggles the uppercase.
Huh.
Like if you come to that type and Shift U again, it's gonna convert it to uppercase, I think. Like I think like this was something like this, but I don't remember the exact thing.
So you selected everything and converted the casing.
So what was the best way?
Yeah.
So again, how do we get rid of that? Obviously, the Copilot already handles this for me, but let's say, okay. So I guess probably the best way will be to just say 4DD. Actually, 5.
Yeah, this works. Yeah. So I always like to do a visual select before deleting it, because now this way I can see what I'm deleting, and because it doesn't delete, it cuts the thing. Then I know what I'm gonna paste, right? So that's like why I love to use the visual mode more than just delete.
Yeah.
I have another basic one because we went deep into the combinations of keys. So, like, let's say on like the line with sequence agent, there is a type agent and sequence flow definition. Oh, okay.
I'm learning. It's okay.
Don't worry. So, if you would want to like see the source.
Wait. Okay.
Okay, we are back. Okay. So normally, if you use like mouse, if you would want to see like the type, the definition of the sequence flow definition, you would like take your mouse and click command and click on it, right?
Or maybe hover over it.
Yeah, or hover over it. But
That's horrible.
like, let's say
that's so bad. Yeah.
Let's say you want to actually jump to the definition of this. So you can go like hover over with your cursor on top of the sequence flow definition. So I would do F
W
S
yeah.
or W.
Or I'll do F space, but okay.
That also works.
But on the type, I mean on the sequence flow definition, I wanted this. Okay, and now you can do GD.
Go to definition.
Yeah, and now you can like see the definition of this type, and you can press Ctrl O
to
go back. So now you can move without actually.
I can go through the files. And is there any way? I guess that can be a VS Code shortcut to kind of trigger this overlay where I can see the actual.
Shift K.
K. What letter is it?
Up K, like
key.
Like
Oscar's K. Yeah.
Yeah,
like Oscar's K. Yeah, I'm pressing Shift K and nothing happens.
Okay. It's interesting. Maybe it's not
it doesn't work in cursor.
And you know what's funny is that for some reason, look at this, guys. I'm going up and down, and it remembers more or less the column, like sequence undefined, like.
Exactly. So it remembers all the lines, like where you were in a line.
So even if I do 12K, okay, that is fun. So let's say I'm here. How do I trigger this one without the mouse?
Shift K should work actually. Are you holding down Shift? So like uppercase K, right? That's how it works.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe not in the VS
I have no
Code
idea
clone, right?
how to do it in VS Code then. But Shift
Okay,
K
but
should work.
maybe when we switch the editor to your stuff, this will work.
So like I'm sure this works with Android Studio's Vim mod.
Okay. So maybe it is just something specific to Cursor.
Yeah, but like even GD is something I use.
Yeah, it's a lifesaver
all the time.
And
if
then
you have
if
even your own function, then you can jump.
I mean, GD is pretty useful to anything, right? Because in this case, I can just go to
the flow definition. Just Control O when you're lost.
Yeah, because GF actually creates the new file with the same name.
That's
as far as I can tell. Just some
you
random.
You can do GR. I don't know if that's gonna work, but it's gonna go to references. So GR.
No.
Nope.
Does it not work here? Okay, so this is also a Vim thing then. Neo-Vim thing.
Yeah.
So maybe now we can switch to a better editor.
So how do I install this stuff. So let me actually quit this one.
Do you have Brave?
Brave browser.
The Brave,
Homebrew.
the
You
package
mean?
manager. Yeah, Homebrew, yeah, Brave.
How did
That
you
one, yeah.
pronounce it? Brief.
Brewing, right?
I always say
Brave.
brew,
Bro.
but I guess when I was
I
younger,
don't know.
you don't want to know how I was spelling Microsoft and all these companies when I didn't even
I
know.
kind of do.
Yeah, I guess you went through the same, right? It's just
Yeah.
all right. So I'll share the amazing terminal setup that I have prepared just for this live stream. Thanks to Oskar, actually, I sort of
Oh,
leveled up my terminal game.
there we go.
So
Okay. So maybe I can talk about why do we use NeoVim and not maybe something like Cursor. I think like for me it boils down to only one reason. It's that it's in terminal, and like that wins for me. Being in terminal, like 724, it's pretty good. Like terminal is pretty good. So like if let's say I have a metro running and then like I'm in the editor, I can like just jump into metro, close it, go to somewhere else, do something, open it again. So like I'm pretty fast when I'm inside the terminal versus like having multiple windows that I have to manage. And like you keep adding new NeoVim instance, and those are just like new windows in the terminal. Like
Yeah.
I know that you can also do that with VS Code, but like this feels more like natural because you're inside a terminal all the time.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and the UI inside of Cursor is like made primarily for mouse. So as you can see, when we wanted to do something with the keyboard, it was possible, but it like wasn't for sure like the intention of the designer to use this with keyboard. And with terminal, like there's mouse mode, but it's like most people use the keyboard, so it's the other way around with NeoVim. So it's designed for use with the keyboard, and that's why you can do everything with the keyboard. And in Cursor you can do like GD to jump to definition, and it's kind of but if you want to, for example, create a new file, you would most likely have to use the mouse, or like some advanced features you for sure have to use the mouse. But in NeoVim you can do everything with the keyboard. So
okay, so let's
the
get
reason.
started. You guys have the getting started instructions somewhere? Is it just brew install?
NeoVim.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the autocomplete to kick in, but looks like it's not gonna do it.
Yeah, it doesn't want you to install this.
I feel like I'm crossing a certain one way path right now.
Yeah. But like honestly, I don't see you using the NeoVim, but I'm seeing you using the Vim motions inside Cursor a lot more. So that So like that's why
I mean,
I wanted
I can
to
see
emphasize
myself. I can see myself writing articles in the Vim mode because I jump a lot around paragraphs. I make a lot of stupid tweaks, and that is probably the most annoying thing when I have to use the mouse. Okay, so we're done. Neo. So now we just open it up like this.
Yes, not like that. Envim.
Okay.
Yeah, now you have to exit, but we're not going to teach you how. Oh, so you already know it because of Nano, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know basics.
So like we planned a joke with Oskar that we weren't going to teach you how to exit, and you were going to be stuck like this. But
no. I know a bit. Usually, because Nano has those at the bottom, like those utilities. So it's sort of
it's here also. Like I didn't know it's here. Like why people get stuck inside of Vim when it's on the screen. Like if you go inside, it's type.
Yeah, it says it tells you how.
And look, why should I use Neo? Oh, I also have Vim as well.
It comes by default. Envim.
Yeah. Okay.
So again, if you want to talk about this, NeoVim is more modern. which means it has Lua. If you want to create your own config, write plugins, you all do that by using Lua instead of Vim script, which is an obscure language. And then we got something that's called LSP client that's built into NeoVim for auto completions and IntelliSense in general, right? That comes by default with NeoVim. It also has like some other stuff like this. For instance, they had a conference pretty recently, and they were talking about integrating some AI features into NeoVim itself. Like there are some improvements going forward with NeoVim.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
And Vim is
yeah.
Okay, so now that we're here, we can go to a file now.
That is actually gonna be fun. So is there like a special command? Like
So we are both stunned because we don't know how to use NeoVim without any plugins.
Yeah. Maybe colon open and then the file, like the name of the file also.
It's O and then the file name. Oh,
But
you
you
have
have
to
how the hell I know the file name here? Come on.
You're right. So
I don't even know what I'm at.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, I know what I'm at, but so
So
you guys have any other
tabverse.
file?
Yeah. Okay. So we generally have some plugins. Like I have a file tree plugin, for instance. Like when I open NeoVim, I see a file selector that you just enter the name and then it brings you to that file.
What the hell is this? Okay, yeah. So I guess I don't have any plugins, so we can just open tsconfig.
Yeah, let's do that.
Exactly. But maybe we can use a pretty cool project that's Kickstart to give you some plugins, at least a starting point.
I think lazy is better so that you have a lot more, right?
Oh,
no?
yeah.
Kickstarter is better? Which one is better?
Which one? What you guys?
I've used Kickstart and it was pretty cool, but we can also just
But
to
you still
start.
have to do some configuration with Kickstart, right? It's not like out of the box, is it? Okay.
So let's try with Kickstart. It has with lazy Vim. I will send you the instructions.
Lazy Vim.
Lazy Vim. So Vim has this concept of distros, and a distro comes with its own plugins, its own config that you can use.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's gonna be like what cursor is to VS Code, but it's gonna be Vim, right? It's gonna be a distro, pre-made config for you.
Are you sending this to me?
I think he is.
I sent you the command.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you're gonna run this command, it's gonna configure the Vim for you. It's basically gonna save the file.
Configure Vim. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
now
then when you go to NeoVim,
relaunch NeoVim.
There we go.
Nice. That's like an entirely different editor now.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on here?
It's loading everything now. Yeah, you can hit Q if you want to close this window. There we go. So if you can hit space. So space is the leader key, and it's going to show you like how you can interact with the editor, right? For instance, we want to see the Explorer. So now you hit E, and then it's going to bring you to the Explorer. Oh.
So space E.
Yeah, space E.
Yeah. So space is like I have to first.
Exactly. So you have to first click it, and then now you can keep clicking it. And now we are in your file system, so we can see every project. So be careful.
But yeah, we can see them on
this
one. So you can, open a file here, for example, I don't know, README or something. Okay.
How do I collapse this sidebar now?
Space E again? I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. This is just like before. Now we're in the editor.
I like you see this animation. Very nice.
Yeah. So it shows you the indentations.
Okay, so I think README wasn't the best file. Maybe let's open some TypeScript file to actually see the.
Is there any useful shortcuts for like jumping around the file tree?
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's space F. I don't know how LazyVim is configured, but space
Fine.
F, yeah.
and then F again. So find files. So you have to install this FZF binary from Brew.
So you can quit. It's homebrew. You can quit
Homebrew. Yeah, Pro.
Yeah. So brew. So you can quit NeoVim and install FZF because you are missing a dependency. Or did the screen froze? Or
no.
oh, okay.
Okay. So what was it? Was space? Oh. Space
okay.
You had the
so
file.
you installed it.
So you have it.
I just installed it.
Okay. So
Nice.
this is what I'm mostly using for navigation, but this actually doesn't respect your git ignore file. So there has to be like another command for that. Git files with G. So it's
Space G.
G for you probably. Right.
Oh, okay.
So now you only have those files that are not git ignored.
Mm-hmm. And how do I close this tab? Space something? Or
you can do :Q.
Yeah.
So,
colon?
like dwukropek Q. Yeah.
Huh.
And then
I didn't want to close the whole one.
what? Why did it? It's configuration thing. I had it configured to close tabs.
Yeah, exactly. We are stunned like this because our config is not like this, right? We have like different configs.
Okay. Yeah, but it looks the same. And now
delete. So this is like for noobs. That's the shortcut, right?
Exactly.
I can read it out. So if I want to run delete, wait. Let's say, what if I do $?
It's going to delete the whole line, but it's going to keep you in this line. So the whole line, but the line itself. And that's pretty useful sometimes.
So this is the default mode, right? In the Vim, NeoVim, that I will see this stuff on the side, so I can use it to teach myself.
So this is a plugin called Which Key, and yeah, that's basically it. And LazyVim has this installed for you. Yeah, it helps you. So this is not coming from NeoVim, but this is coming from whichkey.neovim, which is a plugin.
Okay.
And also, like if you have your own keys, they're also going to show up there.
Nice. I mean, I like this editor. I'm concerned about support for like a variety of different things, but you guys will tell me what is it. So if I do, let's say FB, why is everything grayed out now?
Look at that.
Yeah, because it's, I think, shows you like B is only highlighted.
Yeah, so it only shows you B's now.
Okay. So
it works like for the whole file, but in Cursor it was only the lines. So it's, I think, a matter of config. So like everything, you can configure almost everything. So if you don't like it, you can just throw it away. And
okay. And so now let's say, what was the command? Was the GR to see the reference?
Yeah. So GR is going to show you the usages. or it's something else maybe. Can you hit G again, and then we can read it?
I will check the key map.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's GR.
It's not even here.
It's does GD work?
Okay, so I think we have to install the LSP then. Just like I mentioned before, LSP is the language server protocol. It's basically language support, right?
Okay, so how do we do that?
Okay, can you do colon Mason? I hope that it has Mason. M should be capital. There we go.
Okay, there is
So
no.
this is like a plugin shop, or like something like VS Code's plugin tab, right? You can see like a lot of different plugins. Can you do Control F? It's gonna let you select by. No, not space. It's Control F. Yeah. So now if you can write down TypeScript, hit enter, and yeah, now we only have everything related to TypeScript. And then if you can hit 2, it's going to show you the language support. So like you can install linters, you can install formatters, you can install debuggers, for instance. So there was this.
So this this is the one I want.
Exactly. So you hit I for install, and it's going to install that for you.
And then do I need ESLint, or I?
Yeah,
or is
like
this,
you just
or
install pretty much
that's under linter or formatter. Linter,
yeah, it's in linter. ESLint _D is the one that you want probably.
What does the D stand for?
Maybe daemon. How do you read that? I don't know.
And some different plugins I'll just install quickly. Control F. I saw there was Astro support.
Yeah, there is also Tailwind support as well. Yeah,
that's CSS.
I think maybe it was inside TypeScript. Oh, here it is, Tailwind CSS language server.
I did something wrong.
Yeah, I also don't know what just happened.
Pretty PHP.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are at formatters.
Yeah, you were in the formatters. Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
I don't need this. That is a mistake.
Yeah, you can hit X, but it's gonna be Shift X. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. It should work now. So GD is not working for you?
How do I, if I'm in the insert mode, that is not possible, but if I want to jump to the next character, okay, I can just do this.
Yeah, so you go back and then you come in, right?
I think you should restart Neovim because the LSP doesn't seem to work yet.
You sure?
Because yeah, you changed something like with the casing and it didn't work, like it didn't show an error.
Now you don't have to go to the file again. You can just do Command Control O, and it's going to bring you to the last file.
Really?
Yeah, it should. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
You didn't know this?
No, I didn't know.
Okay.
Oh,
so
yeah,
now if you can do like...
There are errors.
Now it works.
Look at that.
And how can I navigate inside?
Control N and Control P. So next and previous.
I mean, I can also navigate with the... Okay, and how can I go to the right side?
You just hit enter and you just hit enter, and it's going to bring you there.
And then obviously Control O.
Yeah.
Okay, that is nice. But let's say I want to show. So in the VS Code, when you hover on the type
Shift K.
No, that's what I wanted. Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then if you can hit Shift K again, and it's going to bring you inside that window. Now you can also go down. Yeah.
And what is this for? Is this like where I can just type there or something? Or
So like no, sometimes this is just like long, right? When you have docs here, and then yeah,
And how do I
hit
quit it?
Q.
Huh.
Yeah.
I liked the obviousness of this for you. Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
Exactly.
So I don't really have anything fancy here to configure or to just let's say name.
Rename. Maybe we can talk about how to rename something, but with LSP, right? So that like it's like
Okay.
hitting
Yeah, it's
F2 and
pretty common. It's refactor in VS Code, right?
exactly. So I think it's space R. Let's check it because
Space
it can be different.
CR.
Look at that. So
Current
space C for
replaced.
code. C for code, as you can see. Look at that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it renamed every instance.
Yeah. And this works just like VS Code because we use the VS Code LSP server under the hood.
Okay. So I think another like.
Can you just remind me really quickly how to jump between the words?
W.
B and W.
Huh. Yeah, that is pretty useful. That is super useful actually.
So if you press slash and start typing, you will start searching for something. Yeah, but it has to be.
Yeah, it has to be in the file.
And now you can press enter.
Hit enter. Yeah.
And now you can see like 7 out of 21, and you can.
And now let me tell me I do 5 something, and I go to the 5th one.
N 5N.
Huh.
And shift N to go back.
That is the first one that makes sense.
Yeah.
The animation is weird.
Yeah, I don't I don't have that, for instance. Like those are all plugins.
For me, it just jumps instantly.
Yeah, I mean, did you guys just set me up with something very old, or how do I upgrade this stuff?
No, this is like cutting edge. This is pretty good. This should be pretty good, actually.
Okay, so let's we are considering animations the better thing.
It's probably the terminal that lacks the animation. I don't know.
Oh, you're right.
Which terminal is it? Is it
this is VARP?
VARP. Yeah, no. It's the Ghosty.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
so if it's Ghosty, then it's not the terminal. So I don't know. Just the plugin is laggy. The one for
probably
animation.
a plugin is screwing you here.
Yeah.
Which one?
The animation one. I don't know which one is it, because the distro is like a package of plugins. So, yeah, but you can disable some plugins in distros.
Okay, and how do I enter the command where I can press?
Okay. So do you want to go to the configure, the config that you have?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so first let's close this one because we want to jump to another file, like another folder, right?
How do we do that? And what's this recording mode?
So yeah, this is something annoying.
Yeah, recording mode is like recording for macros. So you can record a sequence of keys and then replay it, but
it's really powerful.
It's complex.
Okay, and how do I? Okay.
So if you want to go to the config, then there's actually config here. Just hit, yeah. So now you can see all the config files. So I don't want to explain all of this, but like key maps for key maps, and then you got the options and everything, right? So lazy.lua is your packages, I think.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Explorer. I guess this is still the good place.
Yeah, it's like a spaceship, right?
This.
Yeah, so here is all of your, like LazyVim is the plugin manager. And here are some configuration options like color schemes. But I don't know which one is the animations.
Maybe it's in
I'll
the
check it.
example.lua. I don't know.
Okay,
You
let's
know what?
see.
You can actually download my config and just use it. Mine is actually simpler than this. Should we just do that instead?
If
Yeah,
it's
we
if
can
it's
try
state
that.
of the art, that's maybe even better.
For me, it is, but it's for me.
Okay, just set it over.
Okay.
Yeah, it will be easier to explain it to you
Exactly.
if you know the key maps.
So looks like I'm not sure if Adam is using Vim, but looks like he's interested in maybe hopping on the train as well. So
He said, Mike, just blink twice if they force you.
I fucking love it. I'm not gonna lie, I love it, but I hate the animation, and I also hate the color theme. That one I can change.
Okay, so it's on a
How do I
Slack
change between
channel.
the tabs, by the way, to go to example Lua?
I think it's GT here, or just like Shift H and L. I don't use tabs, so I don't know.
Go
T for tab. Go to the next tab and go to
next tab,
previous
yeah,
tab.
the previous.
So it
Okay, so
should be...
I just sent a link to you, and
Doesn't
you can
work.
just yeah.
Okay. NVM.
I have the I have the README for everything that you have to do.
Uh-huh. Okay, so now let's
So
do it.
we first back up everything.
I mean, I
You
just
had
started fresh, so
okay. Oh, you deleted the old config?
no, I didn't. I mean, we just didn't really change anything there.
Yeah, we can
Okay.
delete it.
But okay, I can make a backup in case we don't like your stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now it will be totally different.
Yeah, something just failed to build. Okay. Oh no.
What is this? Is this your default?
Yeah. So like when I go to the project, what I do most generally is I just search for something, right? So that's why when you open something, it just shows you the search box.
Is this padding?
I don't know why it's like that. It's not like
Maybe
that
you
on
can
me.
restart it.
Yeah, let's just restart this.
Oh, it should be.
I don't know why it keeps telling you that. Just Q and it should go away. Yeah.
Okay, so now it's better.
So this is your...
Yeah. So this is called mini files, and I use this one because so like you go back and so like you go left and right to go up and down, right? So like this makes more sense than the older one. It's just like Vim.
Nice.
Yeah, and the
And
best part is not this.
you still have the helpful commands at the bottom.
Yeah, I have this plugin. It's called LazyVim, and you can just configure everything.
Okay, that's nice. So this is an overlay actually on top of the whatever is the file, right?
Exactly, because I don't like to lose context when I'm coding, so it's just this.
I'm trying to open something that is bigger than a few lines of code.
You hit L. So like go to yeah.
Okay.
Right. Okay, so what we want to do, we have the same keys like Shift K to see what it does, but maybe you have to install all those from Mason again. I don't know. But at least we don't have those animations now.
Yeah, we don't. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, it's so much better. No, it's
Yeah, so my
so
config
quick.
is bare bones. I don't have anything unnecessary. It's like just in like it's minimal, right?
And do you have the language server here?
So we have to install it probably. Like again with Mason. I also have Mason installed here. So :Mason with Shift M. Yeah.
No.
Did it not work? Yeah, it did.
Yes. It
Okay,
works.
so we have these installed.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Now
we have
it
it. Right?
kind of works.
Mhm.
What is going on? Ah, okay, I'm inside.
Yeah, yeah. So you have to hit Q.
Okay, GR does work.
Yeah.
Previous next. Okay.
Mhm.
That is fine because we have an issue with that one actually. So DD. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, cool. So how minimal is yours? Is it like a good base to get started, or would you consider it like opinionated in terms of like different key bindings? How biased is this versus the defaults that we had before?
So like defaults without anything else or lazy?
I mean the lazy, for example, lazy.
Okay. I feel like mine is more biased because I don't even have the tabs. I just use Command O and Control O and Control I to go back and next. So I don't have the concept of that. But what I use it a lot is I use a lot of
see.
splits. Yeah, so I just use
see.
this. I don't have tabs. When I want to like edit two files, I just do a split. I split the window. And to do that, you can do Control W and then V. So now if you want to like go to the right one, you just do like Control L. So like it's when you keep holding Control, it just, yeah, gonna jump between those windows.
Okay.
And then, yeah,
nice.
like once I'm done with the other file, I just do Command W and then Q. So like Command W is Control W, sorry. So Control W and Q is, yeah. So like this is what I do a lot. I just have two splits all the time, basically.
And how do we go to your config just to see its configuration?
So I don't have anything fancy like that. So we have to go manually.
Okay. This is the lazy Git. I already know that one.
Exactly. Okay. Okay. So I use this as a Git client. This is pretty good.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So that sounds like I may need to change the syntax and maybe the
color scheme.
The color scheme and font size just a bit. But generally, this is pretty cool. I guess.
I think
And
a good starting point would be the kickstart, honestly, because it's not opinionated as, for example, I also don't use tabs, but at the beginning I used tabs, so it made it easier to switch from VS Code.
So how many different configs will I try on this live stream? Okay, let's try one more.
Yeah, let's try one more.
You couldn't even quit mine.
And this will be like the final one. If you
is this the one that you use, Oskar?
It's the one that I use as a base for my config. So I forked it on GitHub and started modifying it and the key maps and all of the plugins. So I recommend it as a starting point to start modifying. Okay, so this is the repo. It's just one file, so it's designed for you to, and it has a lot of comments. and it's designed for you to modify it later once you are familiar with. Oh, is it? No, it's not one file anymore. It was one file.
So this is the one.
We can't see because
You don't. What?
Yeah,
What,
so you closed.
what is going on here? This one is already gone. Like I don't even see it.
something
Okay,
frozen.
I will share it again. Okay. So this is the one that we have. And looks like we are already in the... Is this like some getting started stuff?
Can you
It's the
hit
plugin manager.
Yeah, can you hit Shift R so it can it can delete my plugins. And then Shift X to delete my plugins, I think. Yeah, I think it worked, right? Yeah, I think so.
We good to go?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can click Q. Okay.
This one doesn't even have the syntax tree.
There
And
we
much
go.
less helpers, right?
Yeah. There's search.
Yeah, it
Space
should have.
S.
Because we are not inside of a
The
Can
project.
you reopen this? Yeah, I think we are not inside of a project.
Okay, let's see.
You can do colon Q.
Oh, it
Like
did
the
the
screen
same
sharing
thing.
freezes, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we are inside the project, but to be honest, this one, like the first one, was the best. If you want to know, because it was kind of batteries included, but okay. So this one does not have the file tree. So how do we even navigate through?
It does have it. It's S for search. Oh, the file tree. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Oh,
So
it has
I'm
it.
telling
It's
this.
just different.
Yeah, because I'm not using the file tree a lot. I'm always using search. It's just faster, right?
Yeah, I'm looking for the file tree. It should be there. I'm pretty sure it's there. But it maybe they... Oh yeah, it's there. It's neo tree, and it's double backslash.
Oh, that's interesting.
But like, yeah,
Double backslash doesn't have tabs either, right?
it's
I think
this this key I sent on Slack because yeah, it's backslash. I'm not sure.
Backslash. Yeah. All right.
No, it doesn't work.
Oh no.
Yes.
Burak, tell me, I sent you the config. How do you trigger this? It should be
Let
like
me just think.
it should be backslash, right?
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right.
But you can do like the command mode, so colon neo tree, same as with Mason.
So
And you can hit tab and you will get autocomplete there in the column mode.
okay, so how do I get to the command space?
Oh no,
That,
just colon. Just colon will bring you to the command. Yeah. And then if you hit N, and N should be capital, and then just hit tab. And hit tab again to, yeah.
Okay. One more time.
It's called
Cycle.
NeoTree, I think.
Maybe
Entry.
this one? No, it's
This
not
one?
this
No,
one.
this is a NetRV. This is the built-in one. This is not what we want to use.
Maybe
I think-
it didn't load.
Yeah. Can you go to lazy here? I think my config script this one.
Where should I
Yeah,
go?
so colon lazy. Colon
Yeah, colon lazy.
Yeah, so in here, yeah, we don't
So-
have.
We have some not loaded, right?
Can you hit
What's
I?
in the-
Yeah, it's not here.
Yeah, you can try to click I.
Yeah,
But
it's capital
okay, it
I,
doesn't.
right? Okay, yeah.
So
It doesn't work.
maybe you should just install it. Shouldn't we?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, we can try to add a new plugin, so it's going to be fun. We can.
Not with this Mason.
No, so Mason
So-
is only for LSPs.
Yeah,
Okay.
so only for language servers, linters, formatters, only those kind of stuff. Actual plugins, so you have that lazy, right? And lazy is the plugin manager for NeoVim. It does the like plugin fetching, the loading. It does like lazy loading, so it's much faster than usual.
Okay.
Yeah, so now we want to go to the lazy config, which is inside your config folder, but I don't know how to go quickly there. So yeah, if you can exit NeoVim, I can tell you the path so you can go there. Wait, let me write it down.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
so it-
config/admin.
Yeah,
And
so
then-
now if you can enter NeoVim here, it should. And then now we can fuzzy find it. I think it was space SF and lazy.lua maybe.
Okay,
No?
it's
Maybe
even
it was
here.
something.
You can see it's neo3, the file neo3.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's here. Interesting.
So what is wrong? Maybe we should just restart it entirely, like somehow just. But we just got rid of the entire entire config, right?
So there is something that we can do. We can just delete the NeoVim's data. Just give me a second.
And so this one. So far the best one was the lazy kit, except for the funky animation. But I'm counting on. Maybe we should get. Maybe I should stick with that one because I liked the. Let's see if we can fix this one.
Yeah, it like I didn't do this config jumping, so maybe there is some cache that's holding something.
Yeah,
For
it's
me it
this
worked, but let's see. If not, we can go back to lazy. It's good starting point, I would say. Also,
You think?
yeah, but like both of them. Like if you want to customize some, like if you plan to customize, I think
Yeah,
Kickstart
I agree.
is better. But if you want to just stick to what's there, you should use lazy.
Yeah, so now you can go into NeoVim again, and it should be like fresh.
Ah,
Okay.
There we go. Does it have NeoTree this time?
everybody's keeping fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Okay. Looks like it worked.
Right? Yeah. Let's try it again.
So double backslash. No.
Oh no! Come on.
Colon neo3.
There is no neo tree here.
Okay. I don't know. Let's maybe.
Should we see it here?
Should be here, definitely.
But it's not here at all, which is interesting, right?
So it's not registered. Let's see if we can do it ourselves.
Yep, there is no Neo tree in here.
Okay, so we are already in the NeoVim config, so we can try to debug it, right? And it could be a good practice for you because you can also do debugging.
Okay. So
Maybe the init.lua is the thing. No, it tells you to see the README. Maybe let's take a look at the README. So that
him. Which one should I see? This one?
yeah, let's take a look at the README so that we can see how we should install a dependency.
This one we know. Recommended step.
Mhm.
I guess we didn't do it.
Mhm.
We cloned. Yes. Pause installation, nvim, that's it. Lazy will install all the plugins. Use lazy to view the current. Read through init file in your config folder for more information on extending exploring nvim. Maybe it is not loaded. Maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
So it's recommended to go to the init.lua. Let's try this.
Oh, that's fancy. You can do control D to like jump.
It is not a distribution. Understand
Yeah.
what your configuration is doing and modify it to suit your needs. The very first thing you should do is run the command tutor.
Oh,
Tutor is like the getting started stuff, or?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, I'll do this later. Okay, so let's go. Is this where the potential configuration might be loaded, or like the plugin?
Yeah.
Is this where we can?
Yeah, it should be the place. So like we could also just paste the thing in here. So maybe
I guess it's going to be here. Require lazy setup.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's do it like this. So can you split this window?
Okay, how was it?
So anything that you want to do with a window, it's Control W. So like Control Window, right? So now you can take a look at the key yourself. It's V for a vertical split. There we go. So now let's go to the netrv file with the searcher. What was that? Space SF or something like that, right? This one. Yeah. Now we want to copy that config to the left. So
Jesus. Okay. Wait a second. So we will have
but
to
now
enter.
yeah. So now you can actually use what we've been talking about so far. But the whole thing, not just this one.
The whole
Like
return?
the whole object. This is called a table in Lua, so the whole table, like curly braces, right?
Okay, so that has to be, Jesus, what was it with the surrounding, right? I should do the surrounding brace curly.
Exactly. So it's I for inside and A for around. So it's like D, A, and then curly braces.
With D for deletion?
So that we cut it, right? Or like VA for selection.
8.
Exactly. And then we can either copy it by pressing Y for like yanking, or like D for deleting. Or like
okay.
cutting.
And now command VH.
Yeah.
Okay. And P.
Oh, you don't have to do command VH. You can just do like Control L or like Control H. Control
right.
also.
Okay.
Yeah. This is like much more useful.
And where do we paste it?
Like
just in
top
here.
level, inside setup. Yeah. So like inside setup, anywhere works.
Underneath the 221. Yeah, here. Just P.
Yeah, this works. Just P.
Okay.
But I have to somehow surround it all and indent properly, right?
So you can
There is something here. So just select the whole object again.
VA.
V A
An object.
And then hit equals. So equals is gonna calculate the indenting again. Hit equal sign. There we go. Yeah,
very
it's pretty
nice.
good.
Wait, Q. How do I close this one? Command VQ? Control VQ?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
There is also a second one. So like if you do command W and O, it's gonna only keep the window you're in. So like it's gonna close everything else, but the file you're in, right?
I see. Okay, that's nice.
That's also really useful. Yeah. So now we can close this file. I don't know how to restart it.
What is the VSP? Check there?
Vertical split, right? It's like another way of doing that. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's a matter of taste. So.
Okay.
So you can do
Now let's-
WQ.
Yeah, or like just
WQ.
X colon. Yeah.
Not
Because I don't think
W.
you wrote.
W. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
WQ. Write and quit. Okay.
Oh no. Oh, I think we forgot a comma at the end.
Could be. Okay.
You can do control O to go back.
Ha!
And then let's add that always works.
Yeah.
I think we forgot the comma.
Yes.
So like if you want to do the line after, you hit A instead of I.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, finally.
Now it's installed.
Okay. And how do we get there?
So the double
Backslash.
double.
There we go. I think
we
it's
can
only a
remap
single
this.
backslash. Yeah, we can.
Could be faster.
So,
It's not
go.
super fast.
That's why we use the mini files instead of this one. So like there are a lot of plugins that you can install that do the same thing.
Yeah. We will see. Not sure about that. And then what about, okay, so I guess now I can quit it. And now I can go to my project. And I can open it up here.
Again, I always use the file search instead of the file tree because it's just faster, right? Just hit L or like D because you've opened this once, so like it saved your edits. So like if NeoVim crashes, your file is not going to be lost. It's keeping the swap files.
That is interesting. Yeah. Okay, so now I guess this is like next level mode for sure because I need to actually spend some time properly configuring it.
Exactly. So like that's why I wanted to like just start with cursor instead. To like just learn the key binding so you can be comfortable, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think eventually it would be pretty nice to just go all in with this one, I guess.
And then like you can also install Copilot here. We have like a bunch of AI plugins if you're interested in that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like I can see a lot of people just like using AI tools nowadays. So like it's also usable in NeoVim. It's not something that we're missing. I think you're missing the TS TypeScript, LSP, and just Mason always. Yeah, because we nuked the whole thing, right?
Yeah. So then it was
Again,
Shift F or something. No, how
it
was
says
the
there. So you see that those diamond braids, like it says C-F, right? That C stands for control. So it's Control F to apply a filter.
Okay.
Exactly. Oh, so we have a lot of things for TypeScript.
Man, it's like trying to learn this is like learning how to program from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's for me it was worth it to take the time
But
and
do you, like,
learn this.
do you feel like you're much more productive now?
Yeah, I was like I for sure I spent less time like reaching for mouse. So on this base, I'm for sure more productive. But
And how do you? So how do we install Copilot? Just for the what's the TSLS?
it's the TypeScript LSP
Ah,
Same
server.
user. Yeah.
okay. So do we need to like? Is it here? I guess no. We have to do it again. We have to go to the
Yes.
Exactly.
config and
Yeah.
okay. Is
So
there
you
like
search
a
for
Vim mode for browsers?
yeah.
I
There's
guess
a
I guess
browser plugin, but it's horrible. I don't recommend using it, but it
okay.
exists.
So now we have to reopen it.
Or
So let's
Control O.
say
So like you just go to the
we go to this one, and now, okay, now we finally have some. Oh, I see. Okay,
yeah,
I did remove maybe a bit too much.
probably yeah.
6J, and then KK. This one DD.
Yeah,
Ah,
you're up to speed. But the
yes,
thing
I am.
is, I still feel like you would be faster with something like Cursor, right? Because you're also like used to using that. So that's why I recommended you to like just use Cursor, like still keep using Cursor, but with Vim key binding. So you can really get up to speed with AI.
Yeah, I mean, to be very honest, I always wanted to learn this one as well. So I think I will try to use it for certain things. Let's see if this works. GR, okay, we have references. Control previews, next.
Yeah,
And then what was the Shift K, right? Okay.
exactly. You're getting up to speed. I can write you a summary of all the keys, like a cheat sheet, and so I can
That would
because
be
you can
nice.
read it. Okay, so
I mean, to be very honest with you, that seems like with a bit of configuration, you can get up to speed pretty quickly. The only problem I see is that there's so many things you can configure. Like I feel like there's a lot of things going on. Like the lazy Vim,
yeah,
for example, had the pop up on the right,
yeah,
and I kind of got used to it, and now I'm trying to get used to this one, which is kind of on the bottom. But I think this one is more readable, to be honest.
I
Has less
agree. I
emojis.
agree.
It's like so we have command. That was space. So space is like the um, like help, right?
Yeah. So it's called the leader key, and it's basically a way to interact with the editor.
Okay.
Yeah, so in a normal editor, like in VS Code, let's say, you have like all of those combinations with command and shift.
Yes.
And here you like sequence the keys. So press the leader or like space and then press something else.
So what is the what is this auto command?
So Burak, you can
Okay.
explain
So
it.
auto command is run when you like for instance go to a file. It's basically a hook that you can like so like you basically run the code that you want when something happens, like you save a file. Now I also want to format it, so I like call this formatter. This is what the AutoCMD is.
So how would I set it up if I wanted to run ESLint autofix every save?
Right. So you can go to the config files again, and there was this AutoCMD file in there. It's auto. There was like this AutoCMD. Oh, this is the. Yeah, let's go there. Okay, so I think it was the previous config. But anyway, so Vim has this Lua API that we talked about earlier. So just
Mhm.
like that, we interact with.
What
Yeah.
am I
So
even
like
doing right now?
I don't know.
Yeah, me neither. That's interesting.
Yeah,
What
I
are
don't
you
know what you
pressing?
just pressed.
I'm pressing Control I.
It's probably
Okay.
like marking them to be opened. So like you open
Huh.
multiple buffers at the same time.
Yes, and how do I switch across them? Let's say Command W. No, that's
I
for
don't.
the Windows. So that's maybe for the buffer.
Yeah, let's see that again. So buffers. There is this. Can you see that? Find existing buffers. Maybe it's that one.
Yes.
So it's
Double
space
space.
again. Okay, so you only have one buffer open. I don't know what
So
is
it's
this for.
basically like a tab.
Oh, look at that.
Sure.
It's control caret moves you to the previous file. I was actually looking for that, so thank you.
Okay, but I only have one open. So if I do, let's say if we do again S F, and then we open this one, then it will be Control 6.
So it's just like the control O and control I, right? But
so this is pretty
control,
much if we had, I guess, if we had the tab plugin, we would see this these at the top at this point. That's
probably,
just
yeah.
for the buffer, yeah.
But this is, yeah.
And if is there any way for me to break, if I, let's say if I wanted to split the view and I have two buffers, how do I make it so that those two automatically split instead of one buffer on both views? Is there a command for this?
So what I do in general is I create the split, I go to like the other buffer, and then I search, or like I go to the file explorer.
Okay, I did horizontal one.
Yeah. So V is for vertical.
Okay.
And then you can like go to the search again and then find the file that you want to open on the right.
Okay.
There we go. Or like when you do GD, go to the
Man, I'm
finish.
I'm getting so quick. Can you see me moving like crazy?
Yeah, you're getting up to speed.
Yes. I mean, I do need to tweak the syntax highlighting and all the crazy things, but yeah, I mean, so I have to keep using Vim mode for the next 2 weeks, and then if I stick through, I may level up the game. And then, do I have the Git here? How do I enter the Git?
Oh, I think no.
I don't have the Git.
No.
You have to add it.
Shit, this is like super minimal. What is even going on here?
Okay, so let's go one by one. Can you go to the like top? So that CMP is this like competent? So this is for that that window for autocomplete, I think. This is what it does.
Probably.
Then you have the conform plugin. I think conform key map. Okay, so it's for key map. And then you had conform, which is something that I don't remember. We got fidget, something I don't use. We got git signs. So git signs adds, so like when you make a change, git shows like a yellow sign, right? Or like a green one to indicate that you added an if line. That adds that one. Lazy is the plugin manager. Lazy dev is useful when you're developing your plugins. We got snippet support with Lua snip. Mason. So like we got Mini. Mini is a bunch of different plugins. Like the files that we had earlier is coming from Mini. Yeah, LSP config. So we have this thing called tree sitter. That's also something built in to NeoVim. And tree sitter is basically a super fast syntax highlighter, and it's like the fastest ever. So like you saw that each file you go, it already came with syntax highlighting.
Yes.
That's because of tree sitter. Yeah. We got telescope. That's the finder that you use. We got to-do commands, which is pretty self-explanatory. Then we got tokenite. This is the color scheme that you're using right now. Which key? I know the one Vim sloth. I don't know what this does.
So yeah, I guess this one has not that many plugins.
Mhm.
So I guess I would need to look up yours and Oscar's config to get like more things, or just keep turning them online by like one after another to better understand it, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a great idea if you're interested.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely need the lazy git is nice, and I already know how to use it more or less. Also, the AI plugins I think would be nice to set
Yeah.
up and maybe configure the theme. But I can get through this. I can get through this later. I mean, this is pretty cool. I feel like I have accomplished the goal for the stream, which is get the get the okay. I don't even know how to finish this one. Okay, I think enter type. So how did you remember, Oscar? I think this is when you told me this some time ago. We did type something back when we had the lazy git config, and then there was this box in the middle that appeared to type the command. It was kind of like a pop-up.
Oh,
Was it a
so
plugin as well?
yeah, it's just a different look of the command box at the bottom. So this is now on the bottom, but there's a plugin. I think I don't remember the name, but there is a plugin that just moves it to the pop-up at the top. So here you have an error because there is no write since last change. So if you want to write the file, you can do WQ or Q exclamation mark, which will quit the file without saving.
Okay, thank you very much, because I was in the infinite loop. So I guess guys, that's pretty sweet. I mean, to be very honest with you, if I were to sum it up, I was not really like I'm positively surprised, because every time Vim comes up, it's some sort of a meme or a joke, and people end up making fun of it in terms of like, how can you even be productive? But I can definitely agree that jumping through those lines and just swapping things, like, this is sick. Like, honestly, I feel like I don't know how to code, but I really want to stick through, because this seems like very helpful stuff, guys.
Yeah, so thank you. What I want to say is, like, even if at the end of the day you decide not to go with the NeoVim itself, I think yeah, that's right. So
Oh,
I
there
think
is
like you
another
can
one. Sorry, there is a complaining train of VS Code anti fans.
So if you're frustrated with VS Code config, you're going to be even more frustrated with NeoVim because it's even worse somehow. I'm sorry for
Yeah,
that.
it's yeah.
Yeah, he's frustrated with the debugger, which
Yeah,
the experience with debugging in VS Code in NeoVim,
NeoVim.
you can debug, but it's definitely like similar to
So
VS
like
Code, not better or worse.
I
would
think
say.
it's even worse because you have to install a couple of plugins, then you have to
It's
configure the UI, the keys,
harder to
everything.
configure.
Exactly.
Sure.
That is sick. I didn't know that we had Vim channel internally. Thank you, Burak, for highlighting this. I
Yeah.
already joined. I feel
Mhm.
like next time I have some free time over the weekend, I will just keep on having fun with the settings I have here and just
Yeah.
sort of getting this one up to speed.
Yeah, and definitely message us. We can definitely like take a look and help you. And then like again, even if you decide to not go with NeoVim itself, you can still like keep the Vim the key maps on to get up the speed.
Yeah. Is there any like AI, like, what is the AI stage? Just to wrap it up, what is the AI situation in the NeoVim space and in general for like things like Cursor? Is there anything that kind of works like this with chat and then just sort of, Oscar, I think you also mentioned there was something like that. So just generally curious if you guys know something about it, like what's the stage? What's the status out there?
Okay. So yeah. So first of all, we have Copilot as usual. And And then we have some ChatGPT plugins that just add a window so you can chat with it, right? But I don't know if we have something similar to Cursor where it goes ahead and refactors the next line. Probably there is something in the works or like something that is already working that we're not aware, but yeah, but it's getting there probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wait. I will show the screen and show you.
Show.
Oh, so you're gonna, yeah, let's do it.
Right. Okay. Just give me a second.
I mean, it would be nice to have it if it's there, because it is super useful for things like when you have, like, what I use Cursor for most of the time is when I have like 25 files to refactor and I'm just doing some basic stuff. That's when it's pretty cool. Now we can see the real guy playing around with the
okay, I will make it a bit bigger. Okay, so
that is a bit faster than me.
Let's say, I don't know.
Oskar, one more thing. How do you do it? Because when I was pressing move one line up without doing like this, just pressing, it was not going like smoothly for you. I had to press it every time. Is this a configurable stuff? Because I don't hear you clicking.
Yes, it is. So it keeps you in the middle of the window each time, right? So there is this option that keeps you in the middle of window.
Okay, I think you mean that I can just hold down.
Yes.
And
it keeps on repeating.
Yeah, so this is like the first thing you have to do is like repeat keys in macOS. So it allows you to, like if you hold keys, they will repeat itself. And I think it also is something with the config, but it's mostly about macOS. So when you like hold down J, it will go down. But by default, it won't like repeat those keys. Okay, so what should I do? So there is this Avante.nvim plugin, which is probably the most similar to Cursor. So as you can see, there's the chat window. So let's say, I don't know, implement, or no, maybe let's do refactor. So here I have this state. This is the example I was showing before with the shared state. So this is coming from Zustand.
So I think what you can do is just do the decrement with plus and then tell it to, I have a bug with decrement. Can you fix it?
Oh, okay. Like this. Why is it so laggy? Yeah, I don't know. When I'm sharing the screen, it lags a bit, but it's fine now.
Yeah.
I have a bug with decrement. Can you fix it? Let's see. So it's using cloud as normal. Okay, now you can see it generated something and you press apply all and you do.
Yeah.
CA.
Is this a plugin as well for Vim to display those git inline diffs, or that is out of the box?
Yeah, it's part of the AI plugin to do those things.
This looks just like Cursor.
So
Yeah.
I also have something to resolve the conflicts. It works just like in VS Code. It's called diffview, and it's fantastic. I can send it to you, and you should use it definitely.
Yeah, I need to get list of like recommended plugins before I switch. Yeah. I think first I can start with just the plain Vim mode, which gives me like 1 or 2 weeks to figure the proper plugins, but that would be pretty nice. I mean, from the Cursor perspective, it is pretty much the same. I mean, Cursor has the agent mode, which is kind of nice. Not gonna lie. The thing I like about it is you can just tell it, I don't know, get all the markdown files in my repo, make a summary of them and stuff like that. So I'm not sure if the agent mode is available in other places, but if it's there, then yeah. Yeah, Oskar, by the way, you know this YouTuber?
Yeah, I know him.
That's why we both use NeoVim. I use NeoVim because of him.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Cool.
okay.
You
So
know, that
I
was
just
the mini.
realized.
Was that the mini tree?
Yeah, I also use it.
And what is that thing at the top? 0, 1, 2.
So these are this is Tmax. So these are the projects that I have currently open. So if you go to 0, I'm now in the React Native code base. As you can see, some Objective-C files, and I can do 2. And now I'm in the app as before. So yeah, this is like changing the projects, and I also can change workspaces. So if I want to quickly go to bottom tabs, for example, now I'm in the bottom tabs, and here are all the projects related to bottom tabs.
Okay, so I guess I will have to go through your plugins because this setup I have is pretty minimal, which is actually pretty nice because you can figure it out yourself.
Yeah, I've been adding this like over the course of months, so it's not that I jumped into this from the beginning. I started with a bare bones plugin setup, and then I added Tmax and all of the other stuff. So like jumping from 0 to like
To
this
hero.
whole setup would be hard because there are a lot of key bindings and stuff.
Yeah.
But going like one by one, starting with the cursor plugin, I think it's a good way.
Also, speaking of Objective-C, again, we have Objective-C support in NeoVim. So, like, if you're interested in contributing back
Really?
to React Native again, yeah, we can also set up for that for you.
I mean, I guess we have to do the another round of Vim stuff in about 2 weeks, so I have enough pressure and runway to get better at this.
Let's do it. Yeah.
But I have to tell you guys that, I mean, initially I considered this more of a fun thing, but at the end of the day, I'm not gonna lie, I'm positively surprised because I haven't really dived like deep enough into it back in the day. And I have to say that it does make you feel like you're wasting a lot of time when you have to rely on the mouse. So at the very least, you should at least get yourself comfortable with the Vim mode to start with, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And yeah, thank you for like being open-minded and just like listening to us.
I mean that's
great progress.
That's sweet. I have to say, yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very happy, and I do appreciate you guys spending time with me on this because you didn't have to, and it was very nice. And I am so much impressed with your knowledge because it's like one thing is to have muscle memory and to know how these things work, and the other is just do this, Command D, blah blah blah. I mean, that is impressive stuff to me. So Oskar, you give me hopes that I can get there in a few months. Because Burak, you obviously have like years of knowledge, so that's like already beyond.
Again, 2 weeks, and then you're up to speed.
And okay, so to wrap it up, the question will be, what about the vertical split keyboard?
I have that. Yeah,
Are you typing on this one?
Yeah, I'm using that daily. That's like really good, but it took me like 1 month to get used to it.
That is insane. I mean, is it good for the wrist?
It's amazing. So like now I don't have it with me. I'm visiting my parents, and I have to use the MacBook keyboard, and like my wrist already started to hurt, right? Because yeah, it's that bad.
Jesus Christ! I mean, that I'm also open-minded about this one. So one day I want to try it, but for now I'm trying to get started with Nufi, and I did not really pay much attention to picking the right keys. So I feel like they're slightly a bit too sensitive, like too light. I end up mispressing them. So it feels like I may need to replace everything, but I just try to roll with it for now. So
are you touch typing?
What do you mean?
Okay. Yeah, like, so touch typing is like having your index fingers in F and J and then like typing like that, right? It's like the whole thing.
I don't know because I never
Okay.
learned how to type fast. I did check my typing speed and it's around 145, 140, but I
Oh,
learned
that's pretty
myself.
good.
But to be honest with you, when I type, I do feel like I'm mostly using those free on both sides. I could leverage
Mm.
those a bit more. That's what I feel like. So maybe I can get like more practice on that one.
Yeah, you can learn how to touch type, and like the biggest benefit of this is you never need to look at the keyboard again. Because I've noticed like sometimes you still look at the keyboard to press some certain stuff. So like that just eliminates having to look at the keyboard. So that's pretty good to learn touch typing.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then if you're looking for those split keyboards, you can take a look at Kinesis Advantage 360. It's like you will just love it. The looks is so good. It's also
What's the
wireless and
name?
everything. Kinesis Advantage 360.
Yeah, but this
Yeah,
one
that,
is this okay, but this one is not as hardcore as I was thinking. So let me show you because
yeah.
okay, this one is more what I consider a typical split screen,
Mhm.
but there is also the split screen vertical keyboard. Yeah, like this one.
Oh, no, this is not what I use. No.
Yeah, we had there was a guy at Kostak back in the day who once brought this up and he was trying to learn how to use it. I was like, how? But
I can
apparently
actually,
it's very
yeah,
healthy.
yeah, I can actually imagine myself using this. And obviously, you have to do touch typing if you want to use this.
Oh yeah, hundred
Mhm.
percent. And it does
Yeah,
not
good
have
luck.
the escape. Yeah, it's
So so this one has two advantages. First, no, three. So first of all, this is ortholinear, and what that means is, can you zoom into that picture? Yeah, good luck traveling with this one. So you can see those rows of keys are linear, right? So like W, and then you got what, R and X, and they're in one row. And then like now you look at your keyboard, and they're not in the same line.
oh my god! I just noticed that. Holy shit!
So this is
That is
called a, yeah, that's weird, right? So this is
what
called a
even?
ortholinear layout.
But what kind of layout is that, man? Like GDB? That's not even like that's like entirely different. How is that?
Yeah.
Is this okay? So is this layout? Somebody took this one and just mapped the keys you typically type
Probably, yeah.
in that format. Because if we have okay on the leftmost row we have QAZ, which is the
That's
leftmost. Then we have
strange.
WRX. That is strange because I would expect WSX.
I think this might be German, the German layout, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. This is let's see.
Okay, and then second of all, this is concave, which means it's so like it's not a flat keyboard, right? This one also is concave, so like it goes in, so like you have to reach it out, right? And that's because this way your finger is like in the same space to all of those other keys, so that like you can be closer. It's easier to like hit W, for instance, with this concave layout. And then third, you have thumb keys. So like, can you look at the thumb? Like you have, I don't know, like so like normally like your thumb finger only presses on space or something else, but
Yeah.
here you have like 6 keys each. And for instance, I have backspace on my left thumb, and that's pretty good.
So you have more like this one with the concave.
I have Kinesis Advantage 2.
Yeah, we saw it. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I mean that is fun. I kind of want to try it one day, but it sounds like
And what do
trouble.
you think, Burak, about the ZSA Moonlander? If you can
Moonlander, that, yeah.
show it. It's like it's really nice.
So I think it's everything, but without the without being
Yeah, the first
concave,
one.
right?
Or this one, yeah.
So like this is also ortholinear. It has thumb keys, but it's not concave. So.
But you can, I think, set it up to be. But okay, so
Yeah.
concave is like
And
the
one problem with this one is, so you see like just in front of those thumb keys, you have something so you can like give it some, like make this a bit more vertical, right? Yeah. the problem with that one is when you hit too hard, they can be like reset to the original form. So like it just falls like this. Yeah, that's a problem with this keyboard that I know.
Yeah, I like this one.
Yeah. By the
I
way,
wanted to get it.
Eric, you did miss the beautiful part of the video
Yeah.
where when I was jumping like crazy for the code base using Vim for the first time. So now we're past that. Like that's already done. Now we should do like a showdown of like all the different funky keyboard layouts and see what's up. People are buying this, so it must be productive. Otherwise, it wouldn't work, I guess.
Yeah, I spent like 500 euros on that keyboard, and like my thinking is,
it's the true craftsmanship.
Yeah, I only have like one pair of wrists, so I don't want to destroy my wrist. So yeah, I have.
Yeah, I mean, if I can get to type and work as fast in NeoVim as in VS Code and maybe the split layout, I do feel like this is very healthy and productive. But just getting your muscles memory, that is the challenge. That is the challenge when everybody wants to get you, 100% productive from the very morning. Like that's like ain't got time for this, pretty much. That's the biggest challenge with this. So maybe taking some time off. Okay, guys, that was pretty nice. I guess. Once again, thank you very much for this because I do feel like that was pretty fun experience, and now we need an official cold stack .file or whatever, I guess, or collection of .files, because I guess it's a very personal one, but maybe we can now consider something for all of us, because from my research, there's like a lot of people using NeoVim, which is very surprising to me, and I'm very happy to see that.
So now that you said it, we actually had a plan to create a React Native plugin for NeoVim. Something.
Yeah.
I'm down. I'm 100% down. I'm 100% down on that one. Let's not forget about us, the power users.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, guys, that's about it. Thank you very much, and thanks to everybody for sticking around. We got over 500 people, so if I'm not wrong, we're upping the game each time we're doing this. So we'll see where we land. And I heard the other day that Eric is a very great open source contributor looking for some interesting side projects. So we can all consider this his commitment, I guess. Sorry, Eric. Yeah. And he also likes to live stream every once in a while. So sorry, number for the second time. All right. Thanks, guys. See you next time. Follow us on social media. We will be posting about next live streams on X.
Thank you. See
you. Thank you.
Nice evening. Bye.